if I ate a peanut, I could die literally within minutes. It has to be easy to use because this is a product that can be used by anyone, anywhere, under a very stressful situation. And so seconds count. Our story of IntelliJect is an interesting story. It's one that is unique in that it was founded by patients for patients. And I say that because my twin brother and I, who are co-founders of the company, we grew up with life-threatening allergies, severe allergies to all nuts, eggs, seafood, and many other substances. And unlike some individuals that may have one allergy, say to peanut or peanut oil, we were anaphylactic to all of those. As such, we grew up having to carry epinephrine auto-injector with us at all times. But like many other allergy sufferers, we didn't carry it with us. We struggled to, and we just really found that it was tedious for us to carry with us. So what ended up happening was summer of 1998, this was prior to entering UVA engineering school, my brother and I, he went to VCU School of Medicine for the Guaranteed Med program, and I was doing engineering. We were on our way to Europe, and we thought we had left our epinephrine auto-injector at home. And this was a pretty significant, as we were trying to figure out how we were going to eat our way through Europe. So what we ended up doing was talking about, there's got to be another way. And so this idea of this compact epinephrine auto-injector was born. Literally, we would have these discussions as I entered into taking classes at UVA. I declared mechanical engineering, and we started looking at each of the classes, and while he was going down the science route and I was going down the engineering route, we would compare schedules for each semester and take classes that we thought would be beneficial for developing a novel and unique epinephrine auto-injector. Ultimately, what we created by talking to allergic individuals like ourselves, children, parents of allergic individuals, physicians, daycare workers, is that we identified 3 key issues with existing epinephrine auto-injectors as perceived by all of these individuals we talked to as a part of our human factors development process. Those 3 things were size, safety, and ease of use. Individuals wanted something that was smaller, that they could carry it with them. As you can appreciate, in a life-threatening allergic emergency, these things have to be on you at all times. We wanted to create an epinephrine auto-injector that was very intuitive. And then finally, safety. People do have needle phobia. They're a little bit intimidating. As you can appreciate, a parent trying to inject a young child would have some anxiety and wanted to be safe, both from the needle aspect and exposure, but also to ensure that children can't get into it and have some premature unintentional injection. The product is a compact epinephrine auto-injector called Auvi-Q. Auvi-Q stands for Audible Visual Cues. It's the size of a credit card, length and width, about the thickness of a small cell phone. And one thing we kept hearing over and over again was, how are we going to reach individuals that may not have been trained on an epinephrine auto-injector? Those are individuals like the school nurse or a daycare worker, a layperson off the street or in a restaurant. And what we thought about was defibrillators. Similar situation, any use environment, could be used by anyone under a very stressful situation. So we invented the world's first talking auto-injector with IntelliJect voice prompts.
This trainer contains no needle or drug.
Auvi-Q literally provides audible instructions for use.
If you are ready to use, pull off red safety guard.
It will repeat that instruction until you're ready to use it.
Not ready to use, replace the outer case.
And the instructions are task dependent.
To inject, place black end against outer thigh, then press firmly and hold in place for 5 seconds.
The user would then put it against their outer thigh.
To inject, place
and push firmly.
black end. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Injection complete.
The needle injects and retracts up within the housing.
Training purposes. Replace the red safety guard and gray outer case.
So, I've been asked often, what are some of the things that I've taken out of engineering education, or any tips that I would have for other engineering students. And I've got to say that, I think sometimes students think that just because they're in a particular discipline, say they're studying computer science or chemical engineering or systems, that that's the field that they need to go into. And I would challenge them to think outside of the box and look at other careers where they can apply engineering in other ways. Look at me, I did mechanical engineering and then human factors engineering, and now I work for a pharmaceutical company. So that's just one small example. But also to recognize that here at UVA, as you know, you don't necessarily take classes, you take professors, and that brings in some unique challenges. But for each of those circumstances, there are some opportunities to network and develop strong relationships, whether with the faculty or other students. Those are things that I encourage you to do, because those relationships can lead to business endeavors. They could lead to future business opportunities with other companies based on some of the faculty and where they came from and their network. So don't be afraid to have a conversation and learn a little bit more about your professors and their background. You just may end up getting a job out of it.